What if the final decision on your soul is made by someone who's never truly lived? Welcome to Quindasim, where life after death is just a game, and it all begins when a woman with no name and no memory wakes up in a strange room, greeted by a mysterious girl named Nona. She's told she doesn't have a name because she doesn't need one, yet Nona takes her through a dim rail car to an elevator. Inside, a quiet man named Clavis smiles and brings them to the 15th floor. They arrive at Quindasim, the same bar where Takashi and Machiko were judged. It's empty for now. There, they meet Decim, the emotionless bartender who serves as an arbiter. Nona explains that this is where people who've died are sent, but they don't know they're dead. They're made to believe they're still alive, and they must play a game to survive. Games reveal the truth, the darkness in their souls. But Decim isn't alone anymore. This black-haired woman is his new assistant. She's going to watch, learn, and maybe challenge how things have always been done. Nona and the woman head into a secret viewing room, lined with mannequins, Decim's hobby. The woman finds them unsettling. Nona doesn't disagree. As they sit down, lights dim, and through a panel in the wall, they watch Takashi and Machiko walk in. They're about to play the game that decides their eternal fate. The game begins. Takashi and Machiko stand in front of a dartboard, each board linked to a part of their body. Throwing a dart causes pain wherever it lands. The black-haired woman, still trying to process what's happening, watches as Takashi throws the first dart and hits Machiko. She cries out in pain, and Takashi looks horrified. But then, he realizes that it's not as simple as just winning or losing. It's about forcing the contestants to relive their most painful, vulnerable moments. But it's also about their humanity, how they deal with the fear and guilt inside them. Machiko, injured but still standing, throws her dart, missing intentionally. The woman wonders if it's a strategy to avoid hurting her husband anymore. But Nona isn't so sure. It's not about avoiding pain. It's about survival, Nona says quietly. If they lose, they die. No one truly wants to give up their life easily. Takashi, desperate, throws his next dart, and Machiko screams. Now, he's in the lead, but Nona's prediction wasn't far off. Machiko's dart throws have become increasingly erratic. They've stopped caring about the game, and now they're both trapped in a cycle of fear, pain, and regret. The black-haired woman realizes something about the nature of the games and the arbiters who judge. In a moment of clarity, Machiko admits something shocking. "I'm pregnant, and this child isn't yours." Takashi's face twists with disbelief as the memories of their life together come flooding back. Nona, still watching the game unfold, explains that Takashi and Machiko's lives were full of lies and regret, but the truth of their troubled marriage only now begins to emerge as they face the consequences of their actions. The black-haired woman struggles to understand. Why did Machiko lie about the baby? Why did she try to protect Takashi's feelings, even at the cost of her own guilt? It's about love. Machiko lied to him not out of selfishness, but out of compassion. She wanted him to be free of the guilt of thinking he killed their child. This new perspective changes everything. The black-haired woman begins to understand that emotions, things like love, guilt, and regret, are at the heart of these games, and maybe they are the key to passing judgment. But Decim doesn't see it that way. As the game ends and Machiko realizes that they are dead, he begins to explain the concept of heaven and hell, only to quickly clarify that they aren't quite what the living might think. In reality, it's a choice between the void and reincarnation. What led Takashi and Machiko to this moment? What secrets were already unraveling before the game began? Go watch part 1 by clicking here. It's where the lies began, where the tension started building. When you see how it all started, what happens next cuts even deeper. Don't miss the beginning of this unraveling story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.